Live. We're now live. All right, a little bit of technical difficulty, but we are live. Yeah. All right. So, what we got going on? We're looking at IVP. Gave us a nice little run this morning. Went up 150%. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coach Nick Money and DBL Nicks and the Indelible One's mom, DBL Mom, the Stonks Queen. And we're off to the races this morning. Let's go ahead and move certain things around so I can see what's going on over here, right over there. We got to do that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a show. This is not financial or stock advice. We are not stock or financial advisors. Hey! That's what I'm talking about.
Sir.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get right into it. So IVP ran up 150% pre-market. It formed a bull pennant, broke out, but could not maintain the upward trend line. So we are moving on to the next ticker. Let's take a look at SHPW, also an early mover, but kind of faded away later on in the day. Let's go and see what's going on with it. It has been trending downward since this big ugly top tail, a very big ugly top tail. So currently it's up 66%, but SHPW was up as high as 168%. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and do what this young man says, por favor.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share.
Sharing is caring. And of course, you can also follow us on x.com, aka Twitter, at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money. And of course, we're also on Twitch at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money. And of course, we are going to continue our live streaming off of social media when we're done with social media on our Discord. And you could go ahead and join us at our Discord and see how we stream in real time on our Discord with no delay and with our community. There is a link in the description and in the pinned comment for a 5-day trial for $1 to try out the Discord. So go ahead and give that link a click, and we'll see you in our Discord after this show. Okay, so let's go take a look at some other tickers. KA also moved in the pre-market, but now seems to be consolidating, and Kineta announced exclusivity and right of first offer agreement for its Vista blocking antibody with Tuhura Bioscience. The float 6 million, volume about 11 million, and currently up 25%. It needs to get itself above this trend line over here. So if we zoom in, doubles, if we zoom in, we want to see the price action get above this trend line. Right now, it's just consolidating right below VWAP. VWAP is a significant resistance area. So if we get the graffiti pencil out, we're going to get the graffiti pencil out, and we're going to create a line right over here. So that is a significant resistance area. We need to see it get above that and then get back up above this trend line. Let's keep moving on to some other tickers, because these particular tickers are not that interesting at this point. CERO. And by the way, not to be totally surprising, because this is CPI and PPI week, and a lot of times when there's the consumer price index and the producer price index, the market tends to be a little choppy, a little choppiness. So that's what we got. We got a lot of runners, but they tend to fade downward, and that is very common on CPI week. Hopefully we'll get a runner that will actually stick. So we're looking at CERO. CERO Therapeutics, Inc. presents CER 1236 data supporting use in AML at Global Cell and Gene Therapy Summit. That came out at 8 o'clock this morning. The float, 8 million. Volume, 19 million. And currently it's up 52%, 34-cent stock. Volatile, I would say. Volatility. But we'll get the graffiti pencil out, and let's go ahead and draw that line. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a little bit of a pennant forming over here, but it needs volume. Doubles, it needs volume, otherwise it's not schmexy.
Not schmexy.
Not schmexy at all.
All right. Top Success 101 says, good morning. Opinion on KA?
KA, we just did KA, but we'll do it again. Let's go and do it again. KA. Okie dokie. So, as we said before, it has broken below this trend line over here. It had been forming a bull pennant and was breaking upward, but then it could not maintain itself on this upward trend. Right now, it's below VWAP. VWAP is strong resistance. We need to see it break 79 cents to become schmexy.
Yes, sir.
So we'll put a little ringy-dingy over here to create an alert. And this is a key level that we need to see it break past 78.79 cents. And right now it seems to be channeling, so we could go ahead and put a little channel on it.
Channel time.
And as long as it stays within this channel and doesn't break below it, we might have a play for it to move up. So this could be also considered the demand zone, and your supply zone would be right around over here, somewhere right around here would be your supply zone. So it is channeling in the demand zone. We need to see it curl up and move towards the supply zone. That's KA. And KA actually had news. They announced exclusivity and right of first offer agreement for Vista blocking antibody with Tuhura Bioscience. Float 6 million, volume 11 million. It needs volume, doubles. It needs volume. Volume is always the answer. ZAPP. Let's go and take a look at it. Okay, ZAPP also formed a bit of a descending wedge, and we were hoping to see it curl back up after that parabolic move that it made earlier today, 101%. It was trending upward. Then it peaked over here with this top tail and faded down to what looks to be a descending wedge, but it needs volume and it needs to stay above VWAP. VWAP is a critical area, and right now it seems to be dipping below VWAP, so it's not particularly ready or interesting at this moment. Not now. Doubles, not now. Not now. No. Let's look at MAXN. A lot of people talking and chattering about it. Let's take a look at it. So the past 5 days, price action really dipped quite a bit, but then right around here it started moving upwards. So let's zoom into it and take a look at what's going on. It was channeling for a while, very strong resistance at 30, and it seems to be channeling between 29 and 30. You can see the channel goes from all the way over here to right here where it's at right now. Now, at this very moment, it looks like it's forming. Let's get rid of some of these drawings so we can clear things up a little bit. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Get rid of that. And right now it looks like it's forming a head and shoulders bear pattern, which is a yucky pattern. We don't like bear patterns like that, but that's what it looks like. It looks like a head, a shoulder, and a shoulder. And if that's accurate, we could see a price action flush, which is what seems to be happening right now. Hopefully that won't happen, but if it does, we have some levels of support that we could look at. So this would be one level of support, this would be another level of support, and of course this area right here would be another level of support. So it would need to hold at any of these particular levels of support and then hopefully reverse like it did over here. Alrighty. But that prevailing pattern right there is a head and shoulders pattern. And if we go a little bit deeper, we can actually see that this is also a double top right over here. So you got a top over here. Let's get rid of that line. Let's fix that line. Okay, right over here. All right, boom, boom, boom. This area right here is a head. It's a top and a top. So you have two double tops over here, and over here in this smaller pattern, you have a head and two shoulders. Both of these patterns are bearish, which could be a significant flush factor if volume doesn't come in. So MAXN needs volume. CRKN is moving. Let's take a look at it. CRKN curling. Let's zoom in. We're looking at it right now. It is curling. All right, on relatively light volume. Crown Fiber announces expansion of operations in Arizona, Nevada, and Oregon, and revision of revenue guidance. The float is only 1.8 million, but the volume currently is only 238,000. So there's not a lot of volume. It has some news, and it's had history of going parabolic. We'll put it on a side chart, doubles. Put it on a side chart. Little side chart action for CRKN. Why not? Why not? Let's see what happens with it. Let's see what it looks like with the 1 minute. Let's take a look at it with the 1 minute, doubles. 1 minute. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not really feeling it right now, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. Let's go take a look at Holo. Hello, how are you? I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Okay, low volume going on the 1 minute. Let's go on the 5 minutes, see if it makes it look a little bit different. Not particularly schmexy, not really. It's on a downtrend. So we need to see it break this downtrend to become schmexy. If it doesn't break the downtrend, it's not schmexy. It's real simple. Let's go on to the videotape. Let's go and take a look and see if we can find another stonk on the Serengeti. DBL Moms, what do you got for me? Do you got anything for me? How about Cero? Cero. Let's go to Cero. CERO, okay, we had that pennant, and it looks like it failed on that pennant, and it is selling off. So let's get rid of that pennant. That pennant don't look right now. Let's get rid of that pennant right there. Looks like a head and shoulders pattern right now. That's what it looks like. Let's go to the 1 minute and see if that's exactly what it is. And on the 1 minute, it is obvious that it is a head and shoulders pattern, and we don't like that. No. Here's a shoulder for you. Another shoulder for you. And the head is right there. That's disgusting, doubles. I don't like it at all because it would indicate that the price action is going to go down. Now, what's the story with CERO? CERO Therapeutics presents a CER 1236 data support used in AML at Global Cell and Gene Therapy Summit 2024. There is a float of 8 million and the volume is 21 million, but you can see it's forming a bearish pattern. It would need volume, and of course another significant area of resistance would be right at VWAP, right there. So we need to see the price action break through the VWAP so that we don't have a flusheroo. A flusheroo would kind of stink. It would be kind of smelly. It's a smelly one. Okay, so we're going to go to another ticker. You know what I mean? Let's go back to CRKN. I want to see what's going on with that. CRKN. And no volume. How about SVMH? SVMH. Let's see what's going on with that one. That seems to be moving. That's a 30-cent stock, currently up 90%. And they deploy advanced AI platform to manage lead generation platform for Prana 2.0 electric motorcycle. Float is a little bit on the thick side, but again, the stock's only 30 cents, so we'll forgive you for that. 32 million float, volume only 9 million, and it is moving somewhat on the 1 minute. Let's go take a look at it on the 5 minute doubles.
5 minutes.
And on the 5 minutes, it's super duper extended. We can see that very clearly on the 5 minute. Let's go back to the 1 minute, take a look at some of the other indicators and see what's going on with this ticker. The RSI is showing us that it is overbought, no question about it, and it needs to pull back. It is pulling back. Can it hold a level? Can it hold this level right here? Let's see if it holds. If it holds, it could be schmexy. It doesn't look like it's going to, but let's see what happens. Another key level would be right over here, right by the 9 EMA. But of course, it becomes less schmexy as it pulls back more and more because it means that it's losing momentum. And we don't like when it loses momentum, but we do like bottom tails doubles. Are you going to give me a bottom tail? We want a green one. A green bottom tails. Listen, just because you gave me a red bottom tail, not enough. I need a green bottom tail. It looks like it's trying. Listen,
what have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately? It's trying to hold up. So I'm going to keep an eye on it for a second, but it doesn't look like it's got enough oomph to keep moving. Let's see what the volume is. Volume not significant on it. It is a 32 million float stock, and it doesn't really have that much volume. So it'll probably continue to pull back, especially if it can't hold this level right over here of 28.65. It needs to hold that. Come on. Give me a green bottom tail. Make it schmexy. If it's a green bottom tail, then maybe we could have an ABCD pattern. That's what we're looking for right there. That bottom tail. That bottom tail that we're talking about. Come on, baby. All right, now test the high. Right over there. Go ahead. Test that high for me. Right over there. That one. Go ahead and break that high for me. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. 99%. Hold that level now. Now make it support. Make it support. Can you make it support? Very choppy. Very choppy. Not a lot of volume yet. Not a lot of people have seen the news, I take it. Not that many people have seen it. And the float is on the thicker side. But it's trying to give us another bottom tail. And you know how I feel about bottom tails doubles.
We don't like top tails. We like the bottom.
We love the bottom tails. We hate the top tails. There we go. It's moving, baby. It's moving. It's moving. It's shaking and shaking. And we got ourselves a 100+% runner, ladies and gentlemen. But now it needs to hold 31%. 31 cent. Needs to hold 31 cent. Will it hold it? It's giving us a top tail. It is super extended. This is the 1 minute chart. On the 5 minute chart, you can see it is absolutely extended. No question about it. And due for a pullback, but it's not just giving us a pullback just yet. Again, this is a key level of support right here at around 31 cents. If it can hold, that would be fantastic. If not, you know, you gave us a nice run. We'll come back and see you later if you do something for us. But right now, it's a top tail on the 5. We don't like that, doubles. We want to see a bottom tail, especially after a pullback. It's trying to break that level. It's trying to stay above 31. It's trying. It's trying. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It might give another test. Let's see. Can you turn green for me? You are turning green for me. You little devil, you're a bottom tail green. A bottom tail green. It almost looks like a little tadpole. Almost like a tadpole, ladies and gentlemen. But we need to see it over 31 to become schmexy, because if it's not over 31, you just, meh, meh. I mean, look at what's going on here. We got a situation here where it is clearly overbought in the RSI, and we got some huge, big red candles, which is not good. Okay, so the price action could very much pull back, but it's trying its best to curl back up. So could this be another ABCD? Needs volume. Needs volume. It's trying to break that level right there. That level right there, 31, is very crucial. It is the current main resistance area for the ticker, and we do have very significant resistance at this level right over here, 32 cents. So this area right here, I would expect a ton of shorts to try to pile in. So if they can squeeze the price all the way up beyond this, we might have the beginnings of a short squeeze. If not, we could see a flusheroo happen. So this level right here, 32.34, very important. And right now it's still playing around with a top tail, so it looks like it's losing juice. We need to see it stay definitely above the 9 EMA, which is at around 29 cents. If it starts to fail off of that, then I lose complete interest. Right now I'm kind of losing interest because it's not breaking past the 31-cent mark, and I know that there's strong resistance at 32 cents. Now, if you can give me some volume and break through the 32 cents and create a short squeeze, squeezy, nice and easy, that's lovely, but that's not what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing is that it's losing momentum and it's breaking down. So, what have you done for me lately? I know you went 101%, but what have you done for me lately? SVMH pulling back. Come on, bounce off the 9. Come on. Can you do it? Looks like it's on the backside of the move, but if it can break that level right there at 31 and then really plow through 32, then we got something. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it, but it just doesn't look like it's going to hold up. Okay. I've had enough. Okay. So I'll put you on a side chart just to keep an eye on you. But right now, you're just not doing what I need you to do. SVMH pulling back. Wait a minute. It's still trying, doubles. It's still trying. Let's read the news on this sucker again. Deploys advanced AI platform to manage lead generation platform for Prana 2.0 electric motorcycle. Okay, 830. All right, the float is 32 million. I don't like that. The volume 14.6 million. But it's holding at the 9. Will it make another attempt to break 31 cents? You see, if it can break the 31 cents, maybe we'll have a situation where it'll test 32, and if it tests 32, we're off to the races. But it just looks like it's on the backside of the move. That's what I'm seeing here. If it goes underneath the 9, I'm really going to not have much interest at that point. No. I'm losing interest. Okay, you're boring. You're boring me. IVP, you bored me. Hello, you've bored me. Okay, so we had what looked like a bull pennant occurring. It was breaking out, and then it completely failed, and now it's loitering at VWAP. So let's go ahead and clear the previous drawings and see what's going on right now. All right, so what we have right now is we have consolidation at VWAP on relatively low volume, and that's not good for a ticker. Not at all. Now, this ticker did go up 150% early in the pre-market, but right now it's just consolidating. We want to see it come in with volume. It has had quite a bit of volume. The float's only 746,000 shares, so it's a very low floated stock. But the volume has been almost 15 million, and now it seems to be trying to break through VWAP. So it's getting a little bit more interesting. This is the 1 minute. Let's go to the 5-minute chart.
5 minutes.
Let's go and see what the 5-minute chart is showing us. And again, the 5-minute chart is still showing a pennant. It's showing a pennant again, a different pennant. So let's go ahead and create a drawing for this. So we have a pennant forming here and over here, right there. And we got a pennant right there, boom, right there, and a pennant right there, and there, right there, and there. So it's still forming a pennant. Last time it broke out of the pennant and then came back in. It's trying to break out of this pennant as well. We will come back to it. I just don't like the volume pattern on it. It doesn't have a heck of a lot of volume at this moment, but it has had quite a bit of volume. It has had quite a bit of volume overall this morning, and it is a very low float stock, but I don't see any news on it. I don't see nothing on it. No news. No news. No news. So, okay. What have you done for me lately, IVP? IVP, yeah, I know. You gave me 150% earlier in the morning. Okay, what else? ZAPP? Yeah, you know me. ZAPP. All right, let's take a look at it. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we were hoping for a descending wedge reversal. So far, consolidation just below VWAP. Not interesting. No. Nope. SHPY. SHPY. This ticker went up 168% pre-market, but right now you can see it is still struggling and still trending downward, and it cannot break this downtrend. So you're not schmexy. It's you, not me. It's you, not me. It's just you. It's not me. KA. Let's go to KA. And KA looks like a hot mess. Let's clear some of these drawings up. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with this sucker. Let's take a look at the videotape. So we've got resistance right over here at this level, 79-ish cents more or less. And we have a channel existing over here where it's channeling right around 74 cents, and it seems to have dipped below that channel. It has some news. Okay, Canada announced exclusivity and right of first offer agreement for its Vista blocking antibody with Tuhura Bioscience. It's a 6 million float stock, almost 7 million, and the float is that's the float. The volume is about 12 million. So, okay. We have DH Baba wants us to take a look at Max M. This is a ticker that has had a lot of eyes on it the past couple of days. I think they had some kind of a patent that came out last week, and right now it's forming what appears to be a bearish head and shoulders pattern right over here. So we kind of drew that head and shoulders pattern. So you got the head and the two shoulders, and on a more macro level you can see that it is also a bearish double top. So we predict the price action will continue to dip, and it needs to hold any of these support levels right over here to continue to stay valid. But as of now, it is still pulling downward, and it is moving on quite a bit of volume. So it's going down on quite a bit of volume, and we could look at the RSI and the volume candles. The volume candles are diminishing, and the prevailing candles tend to be red. So it looks like it's still pulling. The next key level of support would be around 27.73. If it can hold that, that's wonderful. If not, you have another level at 26.95, and then of course you have another level at 25.58. But it looks quite bearish at this point. We can look at it on the 1 minute and zoom in even more, and when you look at it on the 1 minute, you can see that it is quite bearish. Now, maybe we can also say that this is another level of support that it can potentially be holding up at. So let's go ahead and put that in there, right there, right? So these are all potential support levels. Hopefully the bleeding can stop for the time being. Max N is currently up 16%. Earlier this morning, it was up something like 35%, but it has been selling off ever since. So hopefully we will get a turnaround. It is trending downward, so we need to see a break in that trend. Let me get rid of this line over here and create a different line so that we can see how it is trending downward. Let's get rid of that, and let's go ahead and get the trend line. Boom, boom. Let's zoom in. Let's make it a 5 minute, and we can see that it is basically trending downward. We need to see it break that trend line right there. That one right there. That one right there, doubles. That one right there. All right, let's go to the next ticker. Let's go to a ticker that we haven't done yet, doubles. That's what I want to do. Let's do something we haven't looked at yet. How about GRF GFS. Let's see what the story is with that ticker. Graphalis receives takeover interest from its founding family. Okay, so that's a takeover claim. We're not going to look at that. That's going to be kind of boring. Let's take a look at RTC. That ran last week 35%. RTC. We haven't looked at that yet. Let's take a look at it. And it is moving on very, very light volume, and it is not particularly schmexy doubles. It's not schmexy doubles.
Not schmexy.
Not schmexy. And EGG. Let's take a look at it. And EGG is trending upward on light volume. Let's see if NEGG has anything going for it. Newegg announces pre-sale for its 10th annual Fantastic sale with price protection guarantee. It's up almost 18%. The float is 31 million, a little bit on the thick side. Volume is super low, under 1 million, but it is trending, so we could do a little one of these joints right here and say, okay, it's friends with the trend. But if we zoom in, you can see that it has practically no volume and that it is barcoding, which is suggestive that liquidity is coming from the market makers. So not particularly schmexy. Not schmexy. Not schmexy. Let's go to CRKN. Again, CRKN has run parabolic in the past, but right now, let's see what it's doing. It's giving me a lot of top tails on the 5 minute. I don't like that. I don't like top tails. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute. And on the 1 minute, we have a lot of top tails here. You got a double top over here, so it would need to break this level right over here to become schmexy, in my humble opinion. Let's go ahead and get the graffiti pencil out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting the graffiti pencil out. We need to see it break this level right over here. Right there, right there. If it can break this level, then it becomes more schmexy. But right now, what we got is two double tops here. It is trending, trying to trend upward, theoretically, but there's not a heck of a lot of volume, and it's not particularly schmexy. Let's take a look at CRKN. Let's go take a look at it. CRKN, Crown Fiber announced expansion of operations in Arizona, blah, 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 blah. But what does look schmexy right now is SVMH, which is moving. SVMH is moving. Let's go ahead to the videotape. Let's go to it. And it is up currently 125%. It broke that key level of resistance that we were worried about, which was 32.34. Okay, again, strong resistance at that level. Can it hold above? Now that's the key. Is this a bull trap? And does it start coming down? Because we did get a top wick on this right here, and there is significant resistance in this area, so we need to see it stay above 32.34 and move upward. This is a nice, big, juicy, long 1 minute candle. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute. And on the 5 minute, you can see that it is a super extended 5 minute candle with a top wick, but it's trying to reclaim. So we'll put a little bit of a line right over here to signify the high of day 36.52. 36.52 right there. And it looks like it's trying to reclaim it. It looks like it might still have some juice in it, even though it is super extended. Let's take a look at it on the 1 minute. Let's take a look at some of the indicators. We can see that it is certainly in the overbought region of the RSI, and we can see that there's a lot of top tails, and it is pulling back to the 9 EMA. We would need to see a bounce off the 9 EMA and a push beyond 36.52. The 9 EMA is just around that 32.34 number, which is a key level where shorts would be shorting this particular ticker. The news on SVMH deploys advanced AI platform to manage lead generation platform for Prana 2.0 electric motorcycles. Float 32 million. Volume has now shot up to 2561, and we have had CVMH go up 129%. I want to see it stay above this level, doubles, right there. Right there, 32.34. That is a key level for me. If it can get above 36, we could potentially see shorts getting squeezed, because I'm sure that they were probably starting to pile in at this level. If it can't, then the shorts will prevail, and it will be a sad day for the longs. A sad day for the longs. What are you showing me? I already did that one.
You did.
I already did that one. Thank you very much. Yep, appreciate it. All right, so the price action here is still indecisive. It broke over this key level. Will it hold above this key level? That is what we're looking at. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. See what it looks like on the 5-minute chart. Let's zoom in. We're zooming in. We're on a new 5-minute candle, and the 5-minute candle is trying to reclaim the top wick. So far, you have a big top wick on the previous 5-minute. Will it reclaim that candle right there, that candle wick right there? That's what we need to see. Or will it become a top tail and pull back? It is certainly extended, and it has run quite a bit. It is up 129%, and it is at a very key region, if you will. This area right here is very key. It needs to stay above 32.34, and it needs to really push away from it. Otherwise, it becomes less schmexy. Less schmexy, right? So far, it's holding out. Let's see what happens. Not very attractive on the 5-minute at this point. Let's look at it on the 1-minute. Let's see what's happening with the 1-minute. And we're going to zoom in. Let's zoom out just a hair. Just a hair. Okay, it's still staying friends with the trend, Doubles. I'm not going to lie here. We still have a friendship here. A little bit of a friendship here. So let's see what happens, right? So we got a trend line right around here, right about there. Right there. Okay, so we need to see it hold. A lot of top tails, Doubles. We don't like those top tails.
We like the bottom.
It's all about the bottom tails. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about the bottom tails.
Bottom tails.
It's all about the bottom tails. Let's see what happens. Can it stay above the trend? It is super extended. A pullback would not be out of the question. It would not be. But we're going to watch it. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to pay attention to it. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Can it hold? Can it hold, Doubles? Can it hold?
Can it hold?
Can it hold? Can it hold? Can it hold? That's what we need to know. Okie dokie. Let's see. And it is still holding up. It's still above the 9 EMA. We'll keep an eye. It's getting a little boring unless it starts to really move. Let's go to the 5-minute and see what it looks like on the 5-minute. 5-minute chart. 5-minute. And you can see top tails on the 5-minute. Yeah, it's 5 minutes on the top tail. Top tails on the 5 minutes. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Yeah. Top tails. Looks like it's losing juice. Let's see if we can find a different ticker that's a little bit more active right now, because it's losing some of its juice, Doubles. It's losing some of its juice. Let's go to the videotape and check out IVP. And IVP, once again, is trying to break out of this bull pennant. So that's what we're looking at. And it's also got very low volume, so not particularly attractive at this juncture. Let's go to ZAPP. That's another ticker that was moving, ZAPP. Let's go to that. Let's see what's going on with that one right there, right over there. And that is basically consolidating still right around the VWAP. So, again, we need to see some volume come in to make that particular ticker move. It was moving earlier this morning. It was up 101%, but now it's kind of lagging. It's kind of lackadaisical. It's kind of, how do we say? Not schmexy, Doubles.
Not schmexy.
Not schmexy at all. Let's go to CERO. CERO. And again, this is CPI and PPI week, right, Doubles? So CPI and CPI and PPI, you know what it is? They tend to create a choppiness in the market, Doubles?
Yes, sir.
A little bit of a choppiness in the market, so that's pretty much what's going on. So it's kind of choppy. So we'll see what happens. Okay, but CERO over here had a head and shoulders pattern over here, and kind of sold off. Now it's trying to level off. It's not particularly attractive. CERO did have news. It had news that they presented a CER 1236 data supporting use in AML, blah, 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 but it's pretty much sold off. So not schmexy. Let's go back to the leading gainer of the morning, SVMH. And SVMH did, in fact, have some news, but right now it's forming a bunch of top tails, so not particularly attractive. SVMH IVMH's news was that they deployed advanced AI platform to manage lead generation platform for Prana 2.0 electric motorcycles, and the float is 32 million, volume 32 million, but a bunch of top tails on the 5-minute chart, so not particularly attractive on the 5-minute chart. Let's see what it looks like on the 1-minute chart. Looks like it's starting to curl downward. Okay. All right, so let's go to MAXN. This was like a crowd favorite for a while, but now it has been selling off, but it looks like it's trying to curl. So we had the prevailing double tops here, and it did, in fact, pull down. And also had this head and shoulders pattern. This is all on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 5-minute. Let's go ahead and zoom in on it. And we could see that there was, in fact, that sell-off, and that we needed to see it break that trend, which it did. So it broke the trend. Let's zoom in a little bit more. And what we're seeing right now is it's testing the bottom of this channel. So for the longest time, it was in this channel, and it was having difficulty breaking this high, and it was staying above this low until it came back down. So now it's trying to get back into this channel. So we have a key resistance area of around 29 cents to about 30 cents. We need to see it break through this and move upward to become valid again. There are a ton of eyes on this ticker. Will it do that? Time will tell. CRKN. CRKN. Let's go take a look at CRKN. Okay, CRKN is curling. They had some news today. Crown Fiber announced expansion of operations in Arizona, Nevada, and Oregon, and revision of revenue guidance. The float is only 1.8 million, so it's a low float, but the volume is only 866,000 shares. So the volume's low, and you got a bunch of top tails on the 5-minute doubles, and this is a key level of resistance right here that we need to see it break, and it's not doing it, and it's giving us a top tail red. We don't like top tails, and we certainly don't like red ones. We like bottom tails, and we certainly don't like top tail reds. How dare you, CRKN? It's you, not me. All right, so let's go back to SVMH, which is the leading gainer. Let's see if it gives us any better guidance today. Let's see. Still a bunch of top tails on the 5-minute. We don't like that. It's certainly overdue for a pullback, and in fact it's doing that. And remember, we said that 32.34 is a key level that shorts will be looking to short this ticker, and it looks like they now have control of this particular ticker as the price action goes under 32.34, and this could mean a major flush for this ticker if it can't get itself above 32.34. So this might be the backside of the move, and it might be disappointing, and it looks like it's becoming disappointing. Can it at the very least hold at the VWAP? Let's see. Will it hold at the VWAP? It's just above VWAP right now. It's still pulling downward, and the RSI is showing that it's moving downward as well. Volume is moving downward. All indications are that it's starting to do its little frusharoo underneath the significant resistance level of 32.34. So it looks like this is under the control of the shorts, not the longs. It would need to hold this level and really break through 32.34 to become Shmexy. Otherwise, not Schmexy. DBL moms, not Schmexy. You're making DBL moms upset. SVMH, she's so upset. Look, she's not prancing right now. SVMH, she's not prancing. Okay, can you break 30? Can you break 32? Or will you flush? That's the question. VWAP is right here, and it still looks quite bearish. You are not particularly attractive right now, and you're being mean to DBL moms, and her bushy tail is not bushy anymore because of you. So there. That's it. We're going to not look at you now. Not interested. EJH, another ticker that has popped up on the screen. EJH popping up. Let's see what's going on with that. It's up 14%. eHome Household had news on June, nothing recent. The float on it is 2.67. I like that, but there's only 81,000 shares of volume. I don't like that. Okay, so you're not ready. You need to cook a little bit more, and then we'll talk. Let's go to SHPW, which was a runner in the morning. SHPW, but it has been consistently selling off since then, and you could see that it is not breaking this downtrend. So SHPW, yes, you ran 168% in the pre-market. Yes, we called it before it ran, but what have you done for me lately, ladies and gentlemen? What have you done for the indelible community lately? What's wrong with you? Break that downtrend. Do it. Do it. Do it now. Okay. I gotta leave. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing. I'm just not. Okay, IVPH one more time. Let's take a look at it. IVPH right over here, right over there. Let's go take a look at it. And again, this is moving like slow, like molasses. It broke the pennant again for a second time and moving slow like molasses. Not enough volume. It ran 150% pre-market on no news whatsoever. The float is so low, 746,000 shares. And the volume, I tell you, is 16.8 million shares. So there's a lot of volume. There was a lot of volume, but right now it looks kind of choppy. If I zoom in, the candlestick pattern is quite choppy. Let's take a look at it on the 5-minute, see what it looks like on the 5-minute. And again, not much to garner from this. It is a pennant, but it is above VWAP. There is no news, and it is a low floater. There is quite a bit of volume, but it's just not pushing it up the way it needs to be pushed up. So we're going to have to say to you, IVP, I'll check you out later. I'll put you on a side chart. A side chart. Side chart. You're going on a side. You're going on a side chart. ZAPP. ZAPP. Yeah, you know me. ZAPP is curling. It's curling. Okay, ZAPP. 4 million float stock. Volume only 12 million. Currently up 72%. This ticker was up 101% earlier today, so it gave up almost 30%. And I'm not seeing any particular news on it, but there was a lot of eyes on it because it did run way back when. We did some drawings here, so let's zoom in. It was up. It was respecting this upward trend line, and then it hit with a top tail, and it created what looked like a descending wedge, and we were hoping it would curl. And now, maybe on the 5-minute, it might be creating a double bottom, possibly. But I'm not convinced because the volume is not there yet. So, yeah, maybe this is a double bottom, and maybe we could see some price action do something like this. Right? Let's get rid of some of these drawings and let's do a different way of looking at it. Let's do that. All right, we're going to go here. All right, so what it could also be is another bull pennant right here. It could be this right here. It could be this over here. And this over here, right there. Boom, boom. All right, so it could be a bull pennant, and it could be trying to break out, but it needs a heck of a lot more volume than that. It's worth watching, though. I would have to say out of all of the tickers right now, it's the one that could potentially be moving somewhat. So we'll come back. Again, not a heck of a lot of volume on it, but let's take a look at it. OBTT is another ticker that we're going to take a look at. It is curling somewhat, but pretty much a hot mess with very low volume. So again, let's go back to ZAPP and see if it continues to curl. And it is continuing to, in fact, curl. It's curling upward somewhat on low volume. It would need some more volume. Looks like it's trying to break out, so let's keep an eye on it because these things can happen pretty quickly. This is a key level of resistance right now. Right around here would be a resistance level. So if it can break that resistance level, we might see more movement out of it. That's what we're seeing here. So here it is starting to try to consolidate right around this key level of resistance. We want to see it give us a bottom tail and start moving forward. We could take a look at the RSI, and we could see that the RSI is moving towards the overbought area, but it's not really at the overbought area, so there's a chance that it may still have some more juice to push upwards. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Because all the other tickers don't look so healthy, doubles. They don't look so healthy. So this one's the only one that's kind of sort of breaking out. And again, it's doing it on very low volume. So I never trust stuff like that, doubles. I don't like when there's low volume. Low volume is boring. It's boring. It's boring and it's dangerous. Dangerous. Yeah, what he said. All right, it's not moving. I'm bored. Time to look at some other tickers. Let's take a look at let's go to GRFS, see if it's doing anything. GRFS, under VWAP, not really that terribly interesting. Not interesting at all, quite frankly. It would really need to break this level right over here. All right, we would need to see a break right here. It's currently under VWAP. All right, so that's a trend line that would need to break, and it would need to break beyond this level right over here, which is VWAP, and it's not doing it. GRFS, they received a takeover bid, so that's what this was all about. Not really that attractive, not that big of a deal, and I'm not liking the volume structure on it, and it is a heavy floated stock at 546 million shares, so the float is absolutely sickening. Okay, so not for me. CERO had formed that disgusting head and shoulders pattern that we saw over here. So that's in fact what's going on with that head and shoulders pattern. Let's go at 1 minute chart, take a look at it. Let's get rid of this line over here. And what we need to see is we need to see a break of a downward trend. So let's get rid of this line and let's zoom in just a hair and let's create a trend line over here. And what we want to see is this right here. This downward trend breaking, and we're not seeing it yet. So prevailing winds are a bearish head and shoulders pattern, not schmexy at all. Okay, we've got TRVN, another ticker that is on the scanner. Let's get some specifics on it. TRVN, and what's the story with TRVN? Let's take a look at the float on TRVN. The float on it is 17 million. There's only 766,000 volume, so there's not a lot of volume on it. And it has some news as of 9/15. They announced a 2 million non-dilutive financing tranche and reduction in outstanding liabilities in connection with existing ex-US royalty financing. That is the news. It's a 30-cent stock, and it is currently up 38 cents, and it is moving 38%, and it is moving upward. But the float is on the thicker side at 17 million, and the volume right now is slightly under 1 million. And on the 1 minute, it is giving me a top tail red. We don't like top tails, doubles.
Like the bottom tails.
It's all about the bottom tails. If you're not going to give me a bottom tails, we just can't talk. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute. And you can see on the 5 minute, it has a disgusting top tail. So TRVN. Yeah, okay, you ran 39%, but what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Meh, SVMH, leading gainer. Let's see what it's doing. Is it getting its act together, or is it pooping out? Is it a pooper? Is it a pooper? Doubles, it looks like it's pooping out. Looks like it's pooping out. Let's go ahead and clear this up a little bit. Let's zoom in. Again, we have that significant resistance level of 32.34. If it does not break through that level, this ticker can continue to flush downward. This is not a position where I would want to be trading it. It's too risque. And it doesn't have enough volume. So SVMH, yes, you ran up. You went to 129%. You went to a key resistance level. You broke the resistance level, but then you came back down. Okay, you're giving me a bottom tail, but it's a red one. It's a red one. Okay, this is kind of boring, doubles. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is the show on social media. We're going to go ahead.
I thought we were going to hit him with a what have you done for me lately before we...
What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately?
All right,
all
right, now we could do the outro.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, now I forgot what I was saying.
We were saying...
What was I saying?
We were doing the outro.
We were doing the outro?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, doubles. Okay. All right. So we're going to do the outro now. Here it goes. Here it goes. All right. So anyway, the key level for SVMH before we do the outro is that 32.34. If it doesn't break above that, I don't like it. Anyway, so we are going to continue streaming on our Discord. You are welcome to come and join us. There is a link in the description and in the pinned comment for a 5-day trial, so you could come on in. It's $1 for a 5-day trial, and we call a lot of bangers a lot of times. Consistency is king. We are solid rainmakers.
We are the solid rainmakers.
Yeah, baby.
In Bangernomics.
In Bangernomics, baby.
Bangernomics.
Our degree is in Bangernomics at Bang University.
Bang University.
Bang University, ladies and gentlemen.
Sir.
It's all about the bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Big Bang University.
Big Bang University. That's what's up. All right. So we will see you later. It's Coach McMoney.
DBL Knicks.
And, of course, we can't have a show without the Stomp Queen herself, DBL Moms. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And we're out of here and make a lot of money because we are Coach Nick Money.
Yes, sir.